Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again. Hey man, I want to say I appreciate y'all for leaving video topics in the comments. And it's funny because a lot of y'all was asking me how to transmute the energy, how to raise your energy levels, how to breathe, right? And I was already planning on doing these videos anyway, but since I seen so many y'all asking, I thought I'd just combine them all into one, right? Because they all go hand in hand. And that just goes to show how tapped in we are with each other. You know, all of us. That we on the same mindset, right? So I appreciate y'all, man. I show my gratitude. But let's get into it, man. So let's talk about it. You can power up, you know, just like you see Goku, Dragon Ball Z, how they power up and they raise their energy levels. You can do that same exact thing, right? Real talk. Self-awareness is key. The more self-awareness you gain, the more components of yourself you unlock. There's certain parts of yourself that's locked away, and you can't gain access to those parts until you receive light codes, until you gain a certain amount of knowledge and awareness. And then that's when you unlock new neurological pathways, right? New doorways. So self-awareness is always key. Just observing your natural surroundings and yourself, right? Just simple observations of everyday things that you do. Breathing, right? Let's get into breathing. How important is it to breathe, right? I want you to hold your breath right now. Try to hold your breath 5-10 seconds, right? And see how you feel when you do that. Now, I want you to take in a deep breath through your nose, as deep as you can, nice and slow. Fill your lungs all the way up, and then breathe out through your mouth, nice and slow, right? Now, when you held your breath, you know, it's uncomfortable, right? You can feel something happening inside your body. It's a suffocating feeling, right? It's like a panic type feeling that you're getting. But then when you take that deep breath, it energizes you, right? It gives you life again. It calms you down. You know, why is that? See, we can go days without food and water, but we can't go a few seconds without breathing before our body starts to shut down. So just having that self-awareness, my bad, y'all. So just having that self-awareness, you start to understand that breathing is very, very important. It's way more important than what people like to emphasize. What is in this fabric of space and air? You know, what is the context of this space that we need so much? What is in this space that's giving us life? Why do we need it, and what is it doing for us? Okay? We know that nitrogen and oxygen is two components that makes up prana, or we'll call it life force, the air around us. Right? It's everywhere. Anywhere you go in the world, you can breathe. It's all around us. So nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen, when you take in nitrogen, it helps the body to create protein production. It stimulates protein production. And it also repairs your DNA, right? It gives you the components to create RNA and DNA. And then you have oxygen. Oxygen is used to create energy, okay? Every cell in your body takes oxygen and it starts to create energy. So knowing those two things, when you take in a breath, you're producing protein, you're repairing your DNA, you're healing yourself, and you're creating energy. That's pretty major. That's pretty important. Facts. So when you sit back and take that information in, you're like, wow, when I breathe, every breath I take, I'm doing all these things for my body. Protein production, healing my DNA, creating energy for my body. Why don't I take this more serious? See, the average person, most people breathe very shallow. Their breathing is an autopilot. So you don't take a full breath. You never use the full capacity of your lungs. And you know, over time, that causes a lot of problems inside the body because you're not giving yourself the maximum energy and the maximum nutrients that this life force has to give. You're not utilizing that. You're taking it for granted. And not to get off topic, but this is where I talk about always show appreciation for everything, for every breath you take. Appreciate it. Mindful breathing is very important. Mindful breathing is taking control of your breathing, taking it off autopilot, and just taking deep breaths. And just appreciating every breath you take and letting it energize you, right? Because this is powering you up. It's raising your energy. But it's only going to do that if you learn how to breathe properly, right? So I'm going to tell y'all what you got to do. You can do this at your house, you know. It's best to do it in nature. And I'm going to tell you why it's best to do it in nature. You know, find you a nice field of grass, go to a park, or you can go in your backyard, or you can go around some trees. Because see, the trees and the plants, what they do is they take nitrogen, they take water, and then they use the sun to go through a process called photosynthesis, which creates oxygen. The byproduct of that is oxygen, but it creates food for the plants. And then it releases the oxygen out. So I think I read one tree has enough oxygen to give allow 4 people to breathe for one day. That's one tree. So imagine you going out surrounded by hundreds of trees out into a trail or out to the park. You're getting all this clean, good prana, life force. So that's why the best place to go is out in nature. And to even add another step, if you ever heard of grounding, you know, go outside barefoot. Barefoot, you know, feet the grass. What that's going to do is the earth is going to give you electrolytes. The earth is going to take away any negative energy and it's going to refill you with new electrolytes. So now you're getting new electrons and then you're breathing in all these other elements from the trees. So all these things are playing a big part in energizing you up. So when you're barefoot outside, you know, do some stretches, some leg stretches, just to get the energy flowing, right? And then what you want to do is you want to go into mindful breathing. So you're breathing in through your nose as much as you can. A deep breath, nice and slow, filling your lungs up. When you feel them full, try to make them even fuller. You want to challenge yourself. You want to expand those lungs because a lot of people are not used to breathing in and taking in very deep breaths. So you gotta pressure your lungs, man. You gotta stretch them out. And then you breathe out your mouth, right? See, when you're doing this, all that oxygen that you're getting, your cells are getting powered up. With every breath, your cells are getting more and more energy, right? More power. If you know anything about aura, your aura is just your magnetic force field around you. So we know that heat, energy is all the same. Whenever you have energy production, you're going to have heat, you're going to have radiation. So the more energy that your body's producing, the more energy you're going to radiate off your body. This is why your aura field gets stronger, because your body's producing more energy. So during your mindful breathing, this is what you're doing. You're actually raising your energy level, your power levels. But you got to do this. You got to be consistent with it. You can't do it for one day and think it's just going to make you, you know, this Super Saiyan, you know, warrior walking around. You feel me? Everything has to be with consistency, right? If I tell you to go to the gym to build muscle, you can't go one day and expect to be ripped up. No, it takes time. It takes consistency, dedication. So you do this, you get in the habit of doing this every day, and you're going to see the difference, man, in your power levels. You're going to be stronger. Remember, guys, that nitrogen that you're breathing in is stimulating protein production. So you actually help build muscle when you do mindful breathing. I notice whenever I incorporate running, a lot of running into my workouts, I start to build muscle, a lot more dense, you know, more lean muscle, right? And that's funny because when I ran track, the one thing that they train you to do in track is to control your breathing. Why? Because with breathing, it's all about energy efficiency. The more you can control your breathing, the more efficient your energy is going to be. But if your breathing's out of whack while you're running, you know, you're going to lose form, you're going to panic, and it can cost you the race. So it's always about keeping control of your breathing. And I noticed I built a lot more lean muscle when I was running too. You know? So it's very, man, it's very essential for you. You do this every day. And I'm going to make a video about grounding too. I think I might put it on my Patreon because they've been asking for it. Remember, everything in this air has information. So every time you're breathing, you're taking in information. It's giving your body information and knowledge to unlock itself, to upgrade itself. Right? But you got to take full advantage of it. And you got to understand what it's doing for you. Right? I just laid out the game for y'all. If you notice on Dragon Ball Z, whenever they power up, you always see the environment around them. You know, it's always influence. It's always shaking. It's a lot of gems in cartoons and in shows, man. If you really pay attention, and if you watching it with that next level eye, that next level lens, you'll start to see things, man, that, you know, hidden in plain sight. And that can help you out on your journey in life, give you information, give you codes. But you gotta pay attention to it, right? So, hey, man, y'all go ahead. Y'all take this information, bro. Start getting back with nature. Start connected with nature because, you know, just like the trees is taking your waste, right? When you breathe out, you breathe carbon dioxide because that's the byproduct. That's the waste product of oxygen. When your cells take oxygen, it uses that to create energy, and then the waste product is carbon dioxide. When you breathe that out, the trees take that carbon dioxide, right? They store it up, and then they produce oxygen as well. So it's recycling your waste and giving you clean energy. The Most High is beautiful, right? His creation is always serving us. The trees give you food. It gives you clean air. It gives us shelter. It gives us everything that we need. So you want to try to connect back with it, man. That's the source. That's the creation. It was designed to take care of us. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, man, it's your boy Tay. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section what y'all thought about this video or what y'all would like me to talk about next. Y'all have a beautiful day, man, and I'm out.